YouTube? It's your boy Big John 25, and tonight I'm going to do my WWE Smackdown review and highlights. So you guys do hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. And let's get started. Smackdown was a good show. That's all I gotta say. But the beginning of Smackdown felt rushed. But let me read what happened on Friday Night Smackdown. Smackdown kicks off with Michael Cole introducing Matt Riddle for an interview in the ring. While he walks to the ring, we get a recap of Riddle win over AJ Styles from 2 weeks ago. Matt Riddle says it's awesome to be on SmackDown and celebrating his win with the entire roster. Felt great. He says, "Bro, a lot while explaining that feeling." Cole asks him about wrestling in bare feet. Was that necessary? Was that necessary, Tim? That beginning of this show, talk about Matt Riddle's feet. That felt a little cringe to me. But anyway, Riddle tells a story about playing in the snow when he was a child and how he had frostbites on his feet and almost had his toes amputated. Whenever he wears shoes, he gets that same burning sensation and frostbite, so that's why he never wears shoes. King Corbin interrupts and makes his way to the ring. Corbin calls him an idiot and then tells Cole to get out of the ring. Barry Corbin gets on Riddle's case for attacking him with a bunch of other baby faces at the end of last week's episode. He says nobody wants Riddle on SmackDown and Corbin will always be there to make him suffer. Someone needed to teach the new guy some respect, but Corbin is too important for that. Out comes John Morrison with Miz to take on Matt Riddle in a singles match after the break. My opinion is this. Is this King Corbin or Corporate Corbin, Tim? Let me know down below in the comment section. And why is King Corbin making the matches? It don't make no sense. But anyway, Matt Riddle versus John Morrison. This match was good. Oh, I had fun watching this match. This match was good. Matt Riddle kicks off his flip-flops and Corbin is on commentary. Riddle and Mojo Matt Riddle and Jomo take each other down and roll around on the mat in a bit, back up to their feet. Morrison slaps Matt right in the face. Riddle recovers and hits a couple gut-wrenching suplex. Riddle slaps on the ankle lock. He tried to turn it into a German suplex, but John Morrison lands on his feet and comes back with a springboard kick to Riddle's face. Morrison lays the boots to Riddle and then knees him in the midsection. He controls Riddle down on the mat with a chin lock. John then punches Matt Riddle back into the corner buckle. Morrison gets a near fall after a corkscrew cross body splash. He followed up with knees to Riddle's face, but Riddle won't stay down for the 3 count. Riddle had enough and fires up, selling some kicks to the abdomen and doing John Morrison 4 more. Riddle finally gets his hands on Morrison and takes him down with authority. Riddle rolls to the outside and hits Corbin with a flip-flop. Corbin loses his mind, and we go to commercial. Back from the break, Riddle throws Morrison around and is using his combo moves on Morrison. Riddle goes for a top rope splash, but Morrison gets the knees up. Morrison hits Riddle with some crazy move that begins with the Razor Edge position and spins him down to the mat. What a maneuver! Riddle somehow locks in his submission hold on the mat. Morrison drags him over to the corner buckle and breaks the hold. Morrison lands a Spanish fly, but Riddle kicks out before the 3 count. They are exchanging blows in the middle of the ring. Riddle hits a ripcord knee and powerbomb and then another knee to the face. Morrison kick out of the pin attempt. Miz jump on the apron and does Corbin. Riddle is distracted for a roll-up. but he kicks out. He then gets a roll up of his own on John Morrison, and it is enough for the pin. Matt Riddle defeats John Morrison, so the winner of the match, John Morrison. AJ Styles run out and attacks Matt Riddle during his celebration. Drew Gulak makes the save, and we go to break. Corbin, Miz, and John Morrison are furious backstage. Corbin promised to cut the leg out of Riddle's career. AJ Styles versus Drew Gulak for the Intercontinental Championship match. This match was good. I can't complain about this match. This match was good. Alright. AJ Styles is wrestling with his shirt on. They go to the outside, and Styles rakes Gulak's face across the apron. Daniel Bryan shows up on remotely picture-in-picture via Zoom to let us know that he thinks Gulak has what it takes to win the gold. Styles is kicking Gulak down in the ring, raking his boots across his face. Gulak kicks out after being hit with the snap suplex. The commentators go back to talking to Daniel Bryan, which is really distracting from the match. Gulak lands some strikes but misses a chop, and is then dragon whipped by AJ Styles. Is working over his leg, knee, and ankle. Drew fights back but is limping around. Gulak rolls through a Craft Crusher attempt on lock in a modified crossface on AJ Styles. AJ Styles escapes and rolls outside the ring, frustrated. Gulak with a baseball slide. Styles is down, and we go to break. During the commercial, Asuka versus Bayley is promoted for Raw. Back from the break, Gulak runs his shoulder hard into the post. AJ Styles grabs him for a brainbuster, and we go back to talking to Daniel Bryan. Bryan talks up how great Gulak is as a technic wrestler. Styles dominates Drew Gulak, kicking him while he's down. Then a running backbreaker, but Gulak kicks out at 2. Drew finally gets the advantage and beats AJ down in the corner. Now it's more talk with Daniel Bryan. AJ Styles grabs a chin lock in the middle of the ring. Gulak picks AJ up and hits something akin to a stun gun on the turnbuckle, with AJ's face smashed right into it. Four drop kicks from Drew Gulak, and then a modified Muchuku driver on the champ. Drew positions AJ Styles up on the turnbuckle. He's looking for a superplex. AJ slips underneath and then powerbombs Drew Gulak. He picks him up into a Styles clash, but no pin attempt. Gulak isn't moving. AJ wants to make a statement. AJ drapes him over the ropes and land a phenomenal forearm for the 3 count. The winner of the match, and still your Intercontinental Champion, AJ Styles defeats Drew Gulak to retain the Intercontinental Champion, which is also the second match of the night. Bayley and Sasha will be out next with a tribute to themselves after the break. Bayley and Banks make their entrance posing with their champion's gold. Bayley calls Asuka the Empress of Yesterday. They should be called Sasha 3 Show and Bayley 3 Brand, but nobody shows them respect. They start to talk about the Undertaker, or Taker as Bayley liked to call him. Bayley said that Taker called her on her cell phone was embarrassed that everyone paid tribute to him last week when Bayley is clearly the greatest champion in WWE history. At Extreme Rules, he can't wait for them to win their matches and hold all the gold in WWE. He implored WWE to have a tribute to Bayley and Banks. Bayley says, with the Last Ride documentary over, thankfully Undertaker is finally finished, and now we can have a tribute to Sasha and Bayley. A video plays showing them winning a bunch of matches and talking about how great they are, particularly to comparison to legends like Trish Stratus and John Cena. The video is finished, and out comes Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross. They begin to read a list of their own accomplishments, such as how Nikki is 325 in line to the throne in England, and Bliss drove across the Antarctica in a go-kart. Bliss and Cross finished making their point about how ridiculous Banks and Bailey are being with their sub-praise. Tensions escalate in the ring as they all get serious. Cross is going to win the SmackDown Women's Champion at Extreme Rules. Bailey laughs in her face, and they take a slap to the face. Banks is outraged as Bailey won't stand for that. Banks books Bailey into a match with Alexa Bliss right now, which Bailey doesn't look happy about it. The match will take place after the break. Bailey versus Alexa Bliss in a non-title match. This match was awful. Alexa Bliss with a chop toe hold to take down the champ. Alexa Bliss poked Bailey in the nose, then slapped her face. Bailey down on the mat, Alexa hits the knee to the midsection and standing moonsault combo. Bailey kicks Alexa fingertips and is working over her right arm. Bailey is now forcing Bliss to slap herself. Bailey obnoxiously taunts Nikki Cross and almost get rolled up for the 3 count. Alexa Bliss punches Bailey in the face, but Bailey drives Alexa Bliss over to the apron and smashes Alexa's weakened arm into it. She follows up with a running bulldog, but Bliss kicks out at 2. Nikki Cross Banks gets into it on the outside, leading Nikki Cross smashing Bailey right into the face for the disqualification. Bailey defeats Alexa Bliss by disqualification. Nikki Cross attacks Bailey in the ring, sending her out. Bliss music plays while the babyface stands tall in the ring. We'll get a preview of the Wyatt Swamp fight next after the break. There is no history between Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. There is no history of that. I just want to put that out there to him. We're back with a video previewing the Wyatt Swamp fight. The video is basically in compilation of recent promos from Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt, which are national scary swamp image shown in between. It looks like the pay-per-view name has been rearranged from Extreme Rules, the Honor Show, to the Honor Show at Extreme Rules for whenever it's worth. With that segment of that way, out comes the New Day. Kofi Kingston will go one-on-one with Shinsuke Nakamura after the break. Then they recap video of the recent issue between the New Day and Nakamura and Cesaro. Cesaro accompanied Nakamura to the ring. Kofi Kingston versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This match was pretty good. Kofi starts out with drop kicks and then repeatedly kicks in the corner. He followed it up with another drop kick. Nakamura counters, knees Kofi in the gut a couple of times. Kofi comes back with another drop kick and Nakamura lands outside the ring. Kofi goes after him and pays for it with a kick to the stomach. Kofi then rounds Shinsuke into the plexiglass while Big E historical laughs. Nakamura is rolled back in the ring. Kofi is distracted by Cesaro and Shinsuke. Shinsuke takes advantage with a kick to the face. Cesaro leads a cheap shot on Kofi when the ref isn't looking. Big E chases after Cesaro. The referee ejects Big E and Cesaro from ringside. Both men are pissed off, but they will presumably be gone when the match continues after the break. Back from commercial, Nakamura lands a knee drop into Kofi in the middle of the ring. He followed up by launching Kofi in the corner and landing more knee strikes. Kofi fights back with right hands to the face, but Nakamura maintains his advantage with a back elbow. Kofi Kingston takes Shinsuke down with a flying forearm and followed up with a standing dropkick. Kofi up top and jumps off, but Nakamura catches him with knees on the landing. Nakamura takes him down with with the spinning kick to the face. Nakamura goes for an exploder suplex, but Kofi lands on his feet and counters with the SOS. Nakamura won't stay down for 3. Kofi goes for trouble in paradise, but Nakamura catches him in a sleeper. Then he gets Kofi set up for the King shouts out to put this one away. The winner of the match, Shinsuke Nakamura, defeats Kofi Kingston. This was a pretty good match. Cesaro comes out to celebrate with his partner. He retrieves a table from under the ring and slides it inside. Big E runs down for the save, attack both heels. The heels back off and leaves with Big E in the ring, daring them to make a move. It's announced that next week's on SmackDown will get a tag team championship match between these two teams. We also get a replay of Strowman versus Wyatt from Money in the Bank in 2020. Don't get me wrong. I'm just like, I agree with Tim what he said. I'm tired. New Day is an 8-time SmackDown tag team champions, but I'm tired of New Day. Just like Tim said, Xavier Woods got to come back and pull that trigger. Just to break up the New Day. I agree with Tim, so I gotta applaud Tim for that one. I gotta give Tim credit where credit's due. That Xavier Woods need to come back and break up the New Day. That's all I gotta say, and I hope it happens. I hope it happens. All right. The ring is set up for a bunch of brews and bartender for a main event segment. Jeff Hardy comes out so that Sheamus can offer him a toast. This segment was just terrible. Did you see Jeff Hardy go inside the ring and he was surrounded full of alcohol, Tim? That segment did not hit this one out the park. But anyway, this segment was just terrible. Jeff Hardy calls out Sheamus. Sheamus appears on the big screen holding a drink in his hand. It looks like he's inside his home bar and not the Performance Center. Sheamus says Jeff Hardy has a problem and he's not talking about alcohol and drugs. He's talking about Jeff Hardy's problem with facing reality. Hardy tries to get a quick pick me up last week by going after Corbin, and it's just sad to watch Hardy lie to himself, thinking he was problems left in the past. Sheamus has the solution to Hardy's problems, and the answer is those bruises, bottles in the ring. Sheamus toasts the junkie. Hardy calls Sheamus for being sick, finding humor in others. Struggle Sheamus, professional bartender in the ring, offers Hardy a drink while Sheamus tells him to follow the instance. Hardy says that Sheamus is right. What's the worst that can happen? Hardy figuring taking the drink and then pours it all over the bartender's head. Hardy then smashes the glass over the glass, the stab head too. Hardy goes up top to finish the bartender off with a swanton bomb. Hardy music plays. Sheamus is disappointed, and that's the end of the show. The ending of segment right before SmackDown Live go up the air, the segment did not hit home run. All I gotta say is 2 matches were good. Matt Riddle versus John Morrison and AJ Styles versus Drew Gulak for the Intercontinental title. 2 matches were good. The first match of the night was Matt Riddle and John Morrison, and the second match of the night was Drew Gulak versus AJ Styles for the Intercontinental title. Now, I agree with TM. We already know the full story of Jeff Hardy, but is Jeff Hardy leaving WWE real soon so Jeff Hardy can enjoy is Jeff Hardy joining AEW? Is going to AEW with his brother? We don't know yet. But my opinion is this: two matches were good, but the rest of the show went downhill. The show was good, but the beginning of SmackDown felt rushed. I don't understand why they talk about Matt Riddle's feet. Was that necessary? I don't know. But anyway, before I end my video, let me do a recap. This segment, the beginning of segment of Matt Riddle, felt rushed. Facts. Matt Riddle versus John Morrison was a good match. First match of the night. AJ Styles versus Drew Gulak for the Intercontinental Championship. Second match of the night. That match was good too. I had lots of fun watching that match. Bailey and Sasha segment, terrible. The Bailey versus Alexa Bliss, didn't care about this match. I was just recapping. Bailey wins by disqualification. Kofi Kingston versus Shinsuke Nakamura. This was a pretty good match. And then Shinsuke Nakamura defeats Kofi Kingston, and that's that. Then it went from it went from Kofi Kingston versus Shinsuke Nakamura having a pretty good match to this worst segment. This segment was terrible. That's all I gotta say. If you guys enjoy my WWE Smackdown review and highlights, please give this video a big fat thumbs up. Comment down below. Subscribe to my channel. I'll leave my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok down below in the description. You guys have a great weekend. And now tomorrow, I'm going to give you guys AEW Fyre Fest Night 1 tomorrow. Make sure you guys be on the lookout for that. And I will see you guys tomorrow on my AEW Fyre Fest tomorrow. This your boy, BBoyJohn25. I'll talk to you guys later in the next video. And I'm out of here.